he just there's just so many things he wanted to win.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Azine Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay, first I'm just gonna give like a disclaimer, whatever it is. Please do not mind my voice. I just had to like pull myself together before I do this video because it was hard. It was hard today. Yes, I'm so happy. Today's eviction, I don't think I've ever felt this way in any season of the Big Brother Naija. And trust me, I've watched the only season I didn't watch was the first one, but I've watched the whole C Gobe. I watched Double Wahal, I watched Pepper Them, and I'm watching this one, so I know what I'm talking about when I tell you I've never felt this way. Okay, long story short, Prince was evicted. Kiddwaya was evicted from the show. Now, let me start pouring my heart out. I'm gonna be so shameless about it. Okay, did I see this coming? Sort of. Yes, did I see this coming? Sort of. My heart goes out to Dorathy right now. Like, I can't even imagine what it is like to be her, so yeah. Okay, let's stop pouring my heart out. Yeah, let's go back to the gist. So yes, the eviction show started. Everywhere was tense. Like, even from the diary sessions that they did for the housemates that are nominated, first went in Ozo. It was very, very emotional. I know Ozo kind of like makes me angry sometimes, disappoints me a lot of times, but whenever I look at his face, I just feel, lately, I've said it before, I think I said it in one of my previous videos, lately, I just feel pity. I don't know why, because this is one guy I actually had I still have a lot of respect for him, because aside from the emotional aspect of his life, the other part of his life, he's very cool, and the thing is, I had very high hopes for him first, second, third week, and somehow everything just went down south, and I don't even understand why. So, in all these things, one of the questions Big Brother asked was, if today was like the last day you're gonna spend in the Big Brother house, what would you do? And he answered that I can't really clearly, remember all he said, but one question he answered, or all of them answered, that I have in my memory was the one that Big Brother asked him, if you were to leave today and you had to like talk to one housemate or something, who would that be, and what message would you give, or what will you tell that person? And also said he will say stuff to Nengi, appreciating her and how much he cares about her, that like meeting her was like one of the best things, that happened to him and all that. Then in came confidence, carefree Kiddwaya, one of the funniest guys I've seen in the Big Brother house, so his diary session was just laid back. He said he looks forward to Sundays, like he wants to hear the new gist, what is happening. A lot of people don't look forward to the Sundays in the house, but he does, because he knows that it is what it is. It's the show must go on, somebody has got to leave and all that. So when people asked him if there was somebody he wanted, if there was a housemate, or if he was evicted, which housemate would he want to give a message to, and who would that housemate be, and what the message would be? And he said Lekon, and he said he would tell him, to keep shining, stay strong, keep being focused, that when they meet on the outside, they will do a lot of business together. Then in came Prince. Now, at this point, Prince diary session, I'm gonna be so shameless about it. I cried. I'm not even gotten to the point where my tears were flowing freely like a river. It was flowing like a river. I'm very emotional like that, people of God. I'm not gonna be ashamed of it. So Prince talked about, it's as if he felt it. Prince can be very moody sometimes, and when it got to that question, Big Brother asked him, who would you want to say something to, and what would you want to tell that person? And he picked Dora, that's Dorathy, and he said that there was a time that Big Brother asked him if there was somebody he would like to be with him or by his side in the finals, and he said Dorathy, and he said Dorathy is somebody he would gladly lose to, and he wouldn't even feel any kind of way if he loses to Dorathy, and that he loves her like a friend, like a sister, and that he would like to tell her how much he loves her and all that. And I was like, oh my goodness, you're gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me cry. Oh, then in came Dorathy, our very smiling, loving, human being, and of course she was asked the same question, and she said Prince, she will say, tell him how much she cares about him and all that, and she'll be like, see you soon. But then Big Brother, now after everything, Big Brother asked her, is there anything you would like to tell Big Brother? And that was where the tears started coming. Immediately she got out of the diary room, she went to that mirror that is by the dining table. She tried to dry her eyes so that it wouldn't be as if she's crying, and then she went, as if she wants to go into the room, and there was Prince ironing his clothes in that passage, and then he just, at first she teased him, and then the next thing I heard was, please hug me. And then she hugged him from the back, and he couldn't even turn, because I know if he would cry. Seriously, I know what he did. I know what Prince did there. So she hugged him from the back, and he kind of released one of his hands from ironing, like you see in that picture, and he held her. And at that moment, people of God, I could not control it anymore. I'm like, please, Biggie, don't take out this too for me, please. Please. So the eviction time came. Ebuka came with his usual self, all looking good, looking so gorgeous in that My Atofo outfit. And he came into the house. Who was it? Okay, he asked about Tricky T. He asked Tricky T, I think, was it Tricky T he asked about his reign, or Lekon? I think. I can't even remember. So he asked Lekon if he thinks they've been entertaining and all that, and Lekon said, okay, yeah, they've been entertaining. I was like, mention the specific time that you feel you guys have been entertaining this week, and Lekon mentioned the party, and Ebuka was, the jacuzzi, and Ebuka was like, the fact that you enjoy eating, does that make it entertaining? And he was lost of words. He didn't know what to say at that point. He was like, okay, maybe you're right. Then he now remembered, the tax, the wager tax that they had that were supposed to be on good behavior. Maybe that was one of the things that, made them not to be that entertaining, because everybody was working on eggshells, So Ebuka also asked, he asked, who was it again? He asked Ozo about the whole situation with Nengi, what Nengi, him asking Nengi out or proposing to Nengi how many times now, and what has Nengi's answer always been? And Ozo, as diplomatic as usual, he went on around. See, summary of everything that Ozo said was, at the end of the day, her answer still remains the same, that she has a situation outside, that she's not, ready for that yet. And of course, later, what's his name? Ebuka also asked Nengi about that, asking her, okay, do you think that, Ozo, what he's saying, that he's gonna back down, do you think he's, really gonna do that? And she was like, knowing Ozo, he's the guy that goes for what he wants, but she doesn't know if he will back down. And also, what's his name? Ebuka also asked about the Kiddwaya, about the whole he and Nengi situation, and he was like, see, that Nengi is a cool girl, she's nice, that they share a lot of similarities and all that, but he is not in any way interested in her. He's not attracted to her. That he understands that, okay, because of that, a lot of people will be like, oh, there's an attraction, but there is no way he's attracted to her. So the evictions were done. Dora, she hugged Prince, she actually led him to the door, and also, after everything, Big Brother, Ebuka now called them up again, said Dora was safe, and then evicted Kiddwaya. Now let's move on to their interviews post-eviction. So, at the stage, Prince was welcomed, he said something, he said he wanted, Ebuka to be his mentor. Yeah, I think that is really, really smart of him. So he talked about, him and the relationship thing in the house. And he said he really never really wanted to be in any relationship in the house. Yeah. That the thing is, everybody kept asking him who he likes. So he had to just mention Dengi, and Ebuka asked him about him and Dorathy, what is going on. He says he loves Dorathy. He did not say like, he loves Dorathy like a sister. That when he came into the house, the first 2 hours he came into the house, he had like an ish with Katrina because of her beds, but Dorathy was there and came to tell him, oh, don't worry, you're gonna get everything, blah blah blah, and they started becoming friends. They started becoming close there. And he said that during the third week, Dorathy felt that like they fell apart, but they're back again together and all that. And he was also asked about Tolani Bad's situation, and he was like, he has scores to settle with Tolani Bad. There are things that Tolani Bad has got to tell him first. Then from there, they're gonna know what's going on. I'm like, okay. Okay. Let me reserve my comments and comment my reserve. So they showed him who nominated him, and when he saw Tricky T, he was like, Tricky T. He also mentioned the fact that he knew that they saw him as a threat and everything, because even from the speeches they gave on his birthday, that it all sounded like compliments, but later in the week he started seeing it, so he actually knew. He also said he knew that he might get evicted today because he saw it coming, and that's why he put on that outfit and held the whole offer thing. I think that's what it's called, offer. That normally he's been in that house for 8 weeks and he never brought that out, showing that he actually had a feeling that that's gonna happen. Now, moving on, he said he's planning to go into agriculture, presenting movies and all that. And that was when he asked for Ebuka to be his mentor. And he also said he's going to go into salon business. I'm like, okay, I can't wait for you to massage my head. I don't mind going to your salon. I don't care how long it's gonna take me to get there. You're gonna touch my hair. That's it, period. Okay, so let's move on to Kiddwaya. So Kiddwaya came out bubbly. See, in this life, it's good to have money. When he was, Ebuka asked him about not winning the 85 million. He was like, money was never his motivation to come into that place in the first place. Money was there. He just wanted to connect, in his mind. He really, at some point, Kiddwaya really wanted to come out, because in his mind, he was like, he has businesses. He wants to go to the gym. He wants to be mentally fit and all that. He wants to go back to the gym. And when he was asked about Nengi again, and he was like, see, he has never been attracted to Nengi at all. Nengi is a cool chick, but he was never attracted to her. That even Ozo came to him to ask about the situation, that he's not attracted to her. At some point, he just felt irritated, by the questions, but especially that Nengi question. At least that's what I think, and when asked about Erica, he was like, he loves Erica, he cares about her, that Erica is one person that he actually wants in his life. He does not want her to be away from his life, that when he's with Erica, he feels safe. And he also said that when Ebuka asked, are you guys just friends or more than friends? He said more than friends. Asked about relationship, he said he doesn't know yet. He doesn't know, being in the house in a confined space, it's easy to just, pick and say, oh, this person loves me and all that. But when it's out the outside world, when things are thrown at you, that's when you know. But Erica is somebody he definitely wants to have in his life. And then he was showing his highlights, and he was showing the people that voted for him to be out. I think also Dorathy and was it Tricky T? I'm not sure. He actually did think that V voted him out, but V didn't. So he was a bit shocked. And when he was now showing his highlights at that place where he was dancing, that his leg walk, he was like, no. And that enter Opo thing. Ebuka was like, you're gonna dance that dance for us. Me, I was eagerly waiting for him to dance, but he said he can't even dance that dance normally. He has to be drunk to dance it. So yeah, that's basically how it ended. And Ebuka left them with the words that, everything is getting intense, the competition is getting stiffer, be careful who you trust, because Judas has taught us, or Judas don't teach us, say with kiss or something like, basically the fact that you kiss somebody does not mean that you love the person. Basically, that's what it means. So after the whole thing, Dorathy was down. Then we're now shown where also was trying to console her, and she was like, she really feels bad that Prince wanted really to win this darling thing, and also was trying to let her know that he still has a chance, that Trickity is way behind him. And she was like, he really wanted, if there was something he really wanted, he wanted to win the head of house, that head of house thing. And had it been she won the head of house and he was deputy, maybe he would have been saved. And they Ozo was really, really trying to console her. And then later, I think Ozo asked her if he would make something for her to eat, and she was no, that she would prepare her own food, And when it was time for them to carry the boxes into the storeroom, Ozo was like, she should leave it, that Chukiti will handle it. And she was like, no, she wants to handle it himself. Oh, I was broken at that point. She made sure that Prince's stuff was there and packed and all that. So later on, she now came out to make food for herself. She was looking for her pepper. V was the one that took it. The way they were even acting. See, I'm just going to say it as it is. I'm no more diplomatic anything here. They really, most of them, if not all, except Ozo, were really shocked that what's her name? Dorathy made it. They were really, really shocked. In fact, it was almost as if they were not really happy. I'm just gonna say it as it is. Because when Trickity was talking, he was like, he was so sure that Kiddwaya was making it, that when Prince left and it was left with Dorathy, Kiddwaya, and Ozo, and they asked Dorathy to stand up, he just knew that Dorathy was going home. But you see, God. Anyways, that's it. That's it. And then Dorathy also, back to what I was saying. So Dorathy was looking for her meat, and apparently V cooked the meat. At that point, Dorathy just left them. She just left them. I really feel sad, not because of anything. Dorathy is still in the house. I feel sad because seeing Dorathy in that state, Prince and Dorathy were like the energy of each other. Their energies were kind of like bouncing off each other. They give each other support. They had each other's back, legit. So moving on now. A lot of people will be like, oh, they're going to be nominated. I don't want any nominations to come on Monday. Let them do their head of house thing. Whoever is the head of house or the deputy head of house, or let them just do the head of house is safe, so that it will just be just one person or two people that are safe, head of house and deputy. The rest, because they're just 7, the rest should just go up for eviction, like nomination, no, not nomination, eviction, so that we will vote. If not, some people, it might not just be fair, like, because it's obvious if they try to nominate now, I'm sure Dorathy's name is going to come out again. But if they put everybody up except the head of house and deputy head of house, even if her name comes up, you will know that at least it's fair. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's what I think. And this is how you guys voted. Surprise, surprise, Ozo got the highest votes. So congratulations to every Ozo fan. You guys did a great job. And Dorathy came in second. The Explorers, well done. And then we had Kiddwaya and Prince. So this is clearly showing that you really do not know what to expect. But then again, this publication of African Magic came out how many days ago, and they were saying congratulations to the top 9, and Prince's name was omitted. At that point, when I saw this, I knew that Prince wasn't gonna be, like, that's why I said in the beginning I had feelings that Prince wasn't gonna make it to the top 7, But anyways, thank you so very much for being part of my channels, guys. My channel. If you've not already subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Till I come your way again, I remain your girl, Azine Williams. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Bye, guys.